All right. Should we get into Shane Gillis? People have been waiting for my Shane Gillis take.
Yes.
I haven't really said what I thought about it yet.
Yeah, you got asked about it for like 2 seconds, I think.
No, I don't even know if I mentioned it on the show. Really, it was more. Justin said, I'm sorry, my GIF game wasn't up to Justin's standards. I guess the GIF I posted wasn't fire enough, but I thought it did fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought
yeah.
Like a lot of people when SNL started, it was just set up for him to come out as Trump, and it just didn't.
Okay. So I think we all have the same opinion on the open, right?
Yeah, it was terrible.
Even so Louis, we have some clips from Legion of Skanks and the Bonfire that Shane was on this week. And even Shane, like Louis asked him, he goes, "Were you part of the writing for that horrible cold open?"
Yeah.
And Shane goes, "I had nothing to do with that. That was not me." He goes, "I thought they made Trump sound kind of cool." But that was an abomination. And to me, that's my biggest takeaway from SNL this week or last week.
Yeah.
Is it crazy to you? I don't know how often you watch. I don't watch at all. I watched a few clips when Nate Bargatze was on this year. That's the only episode.
Yep.
The craziest thing to me is that Shane, by far, was the star of the episode.
Yes.
Like, there's not a sketch where he wasn't the main guy.
Correct. That was like an old school episode, the way it used to be.
I don't agree with that. Like, I think, sure, there are examples. Obviously, like Alec Baldwin and Steve Martin and Tom Hanks and those guys have like signature characters from that show. But I think back in the day, the host would sometimes be the straight man. But my takeaway from it was like, oh, there are no characters on this show. There's no funny recurring things that they do.
Yeah.
They wanted Shane on so the episode would be good.
Right.
Like, that was the craziest part to me, is like, clearly this guy's the star. There is no Will Ferrell, Mike Myers, whoever,
Or even like
Eddie
more
Murphy.
recently, there's not even like a Bill Hader or Pete Davidson.
Andy Samberg, someone. Yeah, there's no one. I know who Kenan Thompson is, obviously, and the Weekend Update guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I know anyone else on that show.
Oh my God, was Weekend Update also atrocious?
Yeah, that's when I kind of started drifting off a little bit.
Yeah.
I will say, though, the one thing I'll say about Jost and Che is it was obvious to me that Michael Che and Rosebud Baker and whoever else on that writing staff knows Shane.
Mm-hmm.
It's obvious they took the reins and were like, we're going to cater to him.
Yes.
Because it was a lot of, even the sketches that like weren't great were clearly like, let's try and match Shane's tone, which is why it's weird that McKeever didn't get anything on.
Well, they even said too, like they went to pitch and then they immediately were just like, "Fuck this."
we have some clips about that, so let's get into them here.
Yeah, this is. Do you want Bonfire or Legion of Skanks first?
Let's go with the Bonfire ones. I think they go in good order.
This is just Shane addressing it.
Oh yeah, so this is talking about. So Bobby, I didn't hear him talk about this on Skanks really, which I was kind of surprised by. So the one thing is, everyone, the Norm monologue kept getting posted all week.
Yeah.
Everyone thought Shane was going to go scorched earth. By the way, I didn't get enough praise in the comments. Can we give me some praise for this? I nailed exactly how this would go. Am I wrong about that?
I was kind of surprised that he just came right out with it.
But I think that's exactly how I predicted. Am I wrong?
I don't remember, to be honest.
You don't.
I mean, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Why would you?
Yes, you did.
Why would you have my back? You say I owe you $50 now? Is that what the staff of this program does?
I don't know. Did you call me a pedophile on Lauren Compton show?
I did. That came up, actually.
Did it? And I think you owe me 50.
I wanted to slip. I probably would have gone with Justin instead of you.
Mm-hmm.
But I did want to slip in a reference like that, and I just couldn't find the right segue.
It'd be a tough spot on a dating show.
Yeah, to mention pedophilia? Yeah. I guess so. Yeah.
Why is that on your mind?
All right, yeah. So let's hear. This is Shane on the Bonfire.
But when you went in there, were you like, did you like have an idea? Like, I want to try to like kind of address that and do a skit on that?
Yeah, we talked about it.
And why didn't you? Because I was kind of hoping that you'd address that or something. Or
I don't know. There's really no way to do it where I don't know.
It's kind of a setup to fail.
Yeah.
Like, people can only, it's risk versus reward. People can only get angry or get shitty about it.
Yeah.
And either the sketch is me coming in and saying, I'm so sorry. You know, or I'm coming in going, I don't give a fuck, which neither are very likable.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
How many skits of yours got in?
None.
You didn't get any?
Nothing.
How many did you have?
3, 4. We got in, me and McKeever. I brought McKeever. We got in there and immediately folded. We got in there. We gave them like 3 ideas, and they were like, and we're like, yeah, you're right. They suck. We suck. Sorry.
Yeah, so they just like they out of self-loathing, they were just like, yeah, no, whatever. We don't need our sketches on. But I really don't agree with him that there was no way to approach it. I think they could have approached it and be self-deprecating, but also acknowledge that Shane kind of got fucked over. I think that would have been. I thought that would have been very easy to do with Bowen Yang. Like if him and Bowen Yang wrote a sketch about that, you kind of have. I don't know how Bowen Yang really feels about the whole thing, but like you have both perspectives there. Maybe I think that would have been fairly easy to write a sketch about. I say easy, like obviously I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I couldn't write a good one, but I'm saying for someone as funny as Shane, like I think he could have pulled that off.
Yeah, we will talk more about Bowen Yang in a moment.
We will. Yes.
But this is, I think, Robert Kelly asking him if he wishes he was on the show.
But I just want to say one more thing about the monologue where he comes out and says basically don't Google it. Like if you don't know what happened, don't Google it. Yeah. Were you the one telling me about his interaction with Louis C.K.? Is it you that said that?
About wanting to take a picture with him?
I don't know. But someone told me recently, I haven't found the audio of this, but someone said that he asked Louis about the monologue, like what he should do for the monologue. And that Louis basically told him, like, do your best material. Most of these people don't know you.
Mm-hmm. And
that Shane was like, yeah, but you did like a totally different set on SNL. And Louis was like, yeah, well, I'm way better than you. I can do that. No one knows who the fuck you are.
Right.
So my perspective on it was kind of that, like, ultimately, most of the people watching that show, maybe not most, but a lot of the people watching that show, don't know who Shane Gillis is, don't even know why he's on necessarily, don't know that whole story of him getting fired. Like, there are legitimately, we forget that, there are some people in that audience that when he said don't Google it, might have actually Googled it to see what the fuck happened.
Right.
So, keeping that in mind, saying like, hey, this was a huge thing in my world, but in the NBC world, a lot of people don't know what I'm talking about, so why would I draw attention to it by going scorched earth in the monologue? Also, like, I do think he did the best thing for his career, where it would have been hilarious for us if he just did 8 minutes on why SNL sucks now and why he would have been so much better there and how he was wronged.
See,
we would have been standing up cheering for him, but I don't think that's the best thing for his career necessarily.
Where he was smart, though, is he mentioned it. He didn't listen to Louis' advice and did basically a set just for people that knew him. Yes. And then then he proved why he should have been on the show throughout the rest of the episode.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So he, in the monologue, there's been a lot of articles about his stand-up, and it's either, this is what I hate about all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I thought way too much was made of it in both directions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was the return of comedy or the greatest thing that's ever happened or anything like that. I also don't think it was terrible. I don't think he bombed. I don't think he did a bad job. I thought for his first time hosting SNL, it was pretty solid.
Well, he came out and for like the first 2-3 minutes, he was wicked nervous. And
you could definitely tell he was nervous, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
You know? Like that wasn't crazy. But then he warmed up at the end, and like, yeah, I was joking when I said that he got gay and retarded on the monologue, but I also wasn't, in the sense that like, I don't care, you know, I don't care if you say, I'm not like, cool, he said gay. My point is more like, oh, he was himself in an SNL monologue and got away with shit that a lot of guys didn't get away with. All the way down to like he said that no one's ever worn a T-shirt in the monologue.
Yeah, so he put a watch on.
And he's like, I'll put a watch on if I can wear a T-shirt. And they were like, okay, I don't know what that means, but sure.
He's dressed up.
Yeah.
Louis
so like
Louis wear a suit when he was on?
Huh?
Did Louis wear a suit when he was on?
So he must have worn. I thought the same thing. I was like, Louis didn't wear a T-shirt, but he must have worn a collared shirt or something.
Maybe his monologue was maybe the greatest I've ever seen.
Well, that's what I was talking about when I'm like, oh, Shane said gay and retarded in the monologue. Bravo.
Mm-hmm.
I was like similar to Louis made a pedophilia joke.
Yeah,
where it's like, holy, good. He was himself. Good for him for pulling that off.
Yeah,
that's what I thought about Shane, where he talks about having Down syndrome and all this shit. Like, he was true to who he was as a comic. So it was an advertisement to everyone that doesn't know him. Hey, this is what I do. I'm pretty fucking good at it. And now I can leave SNL and I don't have to deal with this, which is actually also kind of nice, which is what he's talking about in the next clip.
Yeah. People were talking about him like recycling material on there. He had like a setup to get into a topic that was the same, but the material about it was different.
Yes, but even that, I don't care. Like, that's what Mulaney does that too. Like, Mulaney does stuff that's going to be in his next special. He does it on SNL. I think Nate did the same thing where Bargatze said the 8 minutes you saw on his SNL monologue, a lot of that's going to be in his special, but it's going to be different. It's like SNL, while important, it's not what it used to be, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Shane wants to impress the audience and everything, but also, like, should he just waste his best material on Saturday Night Live? I don't think so.
No, and I think he for sure did bomb in the room.
Well, he said that and addressed it, which is kind of funny, but it's like, I didn't think he was doing bad. I just think he was doing material that, you know what it mainly is he's doing material that an SNL crowd is like, am I allowed to laugh at this?
Yeah, because I mean, he literally did a joke just to call his dad gay on national TV that got no laughs, but I was laughing so hard watching it.
Yeah. And that's, again, like, the people in that audience don't know his dad. They don't know Phil Gillis.
Right.
That he falls asleep to Fox News, you know?
Right. No, Nancy Pelosi's a bitch. That guy.
Yeah, so I thought he did very well, but this is him talking about the SNL experience, and we talked about this in the Why You Laughing about Shane getting fired, where like he's always been very, when people say, hey man, it's the best thing that ever happened to you, you wouldn't have fit in there, whatever. Shane's been like kind of defensive about that because he's like, I don't know, maybe I could have been Will Ferrell, maybe I could have been Eddie Murphy there or something, you know?
And I think he probably could have been.
Well, I agree with you. I think talent-wise he could have been, but this is his realization after the show.
Were you like at the end of this and you did it and you're out? Were you happy? Was there a part of you like, dude, I wish I was part of this? Like, or you like, dude, I'm so glad I didn't get this fucking job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
There was, I got done and I was like, oh yeah, this worked out.
Yeah, because you get to go home.
Yeah.
Not
I was like, damn, you guys got to be back here on Monday. That's fucking crazy.
Start that all over again.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
it is a really fucking hard job. I don't know how they do it.
It's crazy.
I don't think so. Everybody this whole time has been like, you dodged a bullet. You wouldn't have fit in there. I've been like, I don't know. I think I could have done it.
I mean,
1 week I was like, I'm all right. This worked out.
It worked out. But if you, I mean, if you were on the show, you would have been one of the stars of the show.
Yeah, but this worked out.
Yeah, this worked out.
I like even the acknowledgement. He's like, no, I would have been one of the stars of the show, but this is
I thought that was like an out of character response for him.
because the way Shane got successful is how his fans would have wanted him to get successful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I much prefer his stand-up and his podcast and Gillian Keeves and him doing Rogan and all that shit.
And let's
much prefer that.
Tires is coming. I'm so pumped about that.
That's the other thing I was going to say is, so Tires is coming out on Netflix. Is Stavros also in that?
I don't know. Was he in the pilot?
They advertised it as Shane, Stavros, Kyla is in it, by the way.
Yep. And Gerbies.
Is so does McKeever write that also?
Yes.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, the Netflix promo for it was just a picture of Shane Gillis and McKeever.
Oh, look that up. See if Stavros is in it, because I've seen Stavros teasing something with Netflix, and then I thought I saw that he was advertised as part of it, but yeah, if you guys didn't see, the show Tires, picked up by Netflix, which is basically just a sitcom that takes place in like a auto shop, which again sounds perfect. Like that's the way I can see Shane making it as mainstream. Like SNL doesn't. Again, while I think he could have been very good there, I don't know if that's his voice. It might have changed him as a comedian. He might be a totally different guy. Maybe who knows what level of success he would be. Now I think it's perfect where he's selling out massive shows, and kind of doing it the way he wants to do it.
Yep. So the creators are McKeever, Gillis, and Steve Gerben.
Okay.
And it stars Chris O'Connor, which is awesome.
O'Connor's in it too?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's
in. Oh, good.
Have you seen the pilot on YouTube?
No. So I looked for it, and I think they took it down.
Oh, dude, it is on Twitter. Someone posted the whole thing. It's 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
It's so fucking funny. But O'Connor's in it, Kyla, and Stavros is in it.
Oh, okay. Stavros is in it. Good.
And he's like a guest star, and there's a guest appearance by Schultz apparently. So that episode will probably suck.
Oh, okay. So Stavros and Schultz aren't like main characters.
No, Stavros is.
Oh, nice.
Which is he's a perfect tire shop guy.
Stavros is perfect for it, and O'Connor's perfect for it too. Hey, guys, if you go watch the predictions for 2024, comics about to blow up.
Yeah.
Might see a name in there.
Yeah, from the
pilot, Scout Mike had his clipboard out.
From the pilot, O'Connor's like one of the it's like him and Shane.
I hope so. That'd be great and that's very cool. I always like seeing comics do that shit when they put their friends and stuff. Yeah. That's why you, like, no matter what horse shit Sandler has made over the years, you got to respect the shit out of him because every movie he does is just him and his buddies. Yeah,
they all get at least a payday of some kind.
But that will be like that'll be great if that's an opportunity for guy like Ian Fidance to be in a Netflix show. You know,
right?
Just people like that. You know,
right.
But yeah, excited for Tires. So now we get to the Legion of Skanks clips, right?
Yep, and this is them talking about the monologue again.
Okay.
And this is their YouTube. They edit it so it doesn't. So if you hear what sounds like a clip or something, it's them editing out retarded, I think.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I should have said this at the beginning of this segment. The reason we're not playing Shane's monologue and everything is because we would get taken down immediately.
We'll probably get taken down for this because YouTube is great.
Yeah, but our friends at Saturday Night Live, it's nothing crazy. It's just that, like, if we played Shane's monologue, say, then Lauren Michaels gets to watch while I think it's Colin Jost and Michael Che double penetrate me if I were to post the monologue. I forget if those are the two they pick, but whoever it is, they fill my ass and mouth if I play any of their clips. So.
Did they give you? Did you? I mean, did they know you were going to say gay and retarded in the monologue? They had to, right? They know it. They just didn't do what you're going to do.
No, I didn't do it at rehearsal.
Really? You didn't, and you just said fuck it.
Hold on, I do like so. Legion of Skanks was packed. This was 2 nights after, and the stand filled up because everyone knew Shane was going to be there and everything. And it's like a fucking frat house where everyone's gathered around listening to Shane.
Yep, watch him.
And they're like, "Hell yeah, brother!"
Watch him drink his cold, refreshing Bud Lights.
Yes, shout out Bud Light.
Well, that's why Questlove wasn't laughing.
He did not laugh at rehearsal for that. Yeah.
You didn't give him a shit.
Yeah, there was a lot. There was like nobody's ever worn a T-shirt. You can't wear a T-shirt. You got to wear a jacket.
Wow.
I was like, I'll wear a watch with it. They're like, fine.
So they didn't know you were going to say gay and retarded in it. And did they say anything afterwards?
Some people knew. I told
the right people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all that matters. The right people knew.
Lauren?
No.
So he said that basically he's like, "Hey, Lauren, can I say?" And Lauren was like, "Don't tell me. I don't want to know." Like, plausible deniability was the name of the game, basically.
It was basically Michael Che said, "All right."
Yeah, right. Fine if you want to. So I think ultimately, at the end of the day, 5 years later, I think respect to Lauren Michaels, because it's listen, I don't know the inner workings of Hollywood. It seems to me like Lorne Michaels should have been able to say, hey, fuck you guys. The kid was talking on a podcast. He's not a racist. We're keeping him. But I don't know how that stuff works. Maybe that's very naive of me. I'm not a showbiz guy, you know?
Yeah.
So ultimately, I think respect to Lorne Michaels for keeping tabs on Shane, keeping an eye out, like staying in touch with him, complimenting things he's done. I guess Lorne was like supportive of Gillian Keeves and that stuff. So for Lorne to, and only 5 years later to be like, we want you back on the show.
Right.
I think that's ultimately cool of Lorne Michaels. It makes me respect him at the end of the day, which I'm sure he needs.
And here, oh, by the way, I tweeted this out while I was watching. The first sketch that they did after the monologue was more or less exactly why he got fired.
Oh, I don't know if I know what that was.
He was doing like a black Jamaican accent.
Oh yeah, I thought that was one of the lesser sketches.
Yeah, the reason that one was funny was just the way he looked and how serious he was.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that is maybe that was a subtle homage to I don't know. That is weird that they did have him do that.
I was watching. I thought he got fired for this.
I thought one of the better sketches of the night was Rock Bottom Kings. I thought that was very funny.
That was funny.
I was actually surprised to find out they didn't. Gillis and McKeever didn't write that one.
It was almost set up like a Tim and Eric sketch.
Yeah, but it had their vibe, like the idea of watching your friend lose everything and betting on it.
Yeah,
that felt like them. So I was surprised.
Yeah.
Good on SNL for knowing their tone, I guess.
I know it's been talked about a lot, but the fucking Liberty Mutual thing that got cut was so funny.
So everyone says that was the best sketch of the night. Why did it get cut? It was very visual, so I didn't appreciate it as much, you know.
Oh, dude, it was. I mean, the emu was just a dirty cop. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. But just for me, it didn't get me. Obviously,
my favorite part was not because it was a Trump sketch, but like the like Mike thing with the shoes was just having Shane do Trump, and then the guy they had to have be Trump go next to him, and you could see how inferior he was.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
It wasn't as good as Shane's Trump sketches, obviously.
Not even close.
But again, I'm glad they let him do it. You know,
they let him do it
again.
Guy that does Trump, and it was just terrible in comparison.
Again, kind of acknowledging like, hey, this is what we missed out on the last 5 years.
Correct. But here he is talking about the Bowen Yang situation.
Oh yeah, so this is something we did kind of wonder, and it's interesting they address it. Like, I thought Bowen Yang said something about this.
So if I'm remember, so that's what I was going to talk about when we brought him up earlier. Yeah. I was going to wait for this part. I almost remember us spending like 30 minutes on it.
No. Bowen Yang said something about like Chappelle.
Oh, I thought it was about Shane.
No, because that wouldn't have lined up.
No, I know, but I thought we like talked about it on like some special like Patreon only thing we've done or something.
No, we did talk about Bowen Yang, but it was something else. It was like Musk or Chappelle or something.
I could have sworn he like tweeted out something or put quotes in an article about it.
Well, that goes to we probably think that because like bad reporting goes both ways. Where you know there are plenty of people that will shit on Shane. There are just as many people that'll shit on Bowen Yang for no reason. So this is what Shane said about him.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Bowen Yang's cool.
Hell yeah.
He is.
Can I say?
No, I swear to God.
Can I ask for confirmation on this? And I might be wrong.
No, I swear to God.
And I've said this out loud a lot, and I might be wrong about.
Why would I lie?
No, I don't think you're lying. But can I say something?
Shane, stop arguing with you.
Am I wrong? Was Bowen Yang a kind of a? Did he just get like lumped in like they just kind of made it like he had a problem with you because he was the Asian guy? I don't think did he ever say anything?
No, they do it. Yeah, whatever.
I keep saying that with the thing. I'm like, I don't think he said anything.
He never said anything publicly. I don't think. He got stuck the same way.
Just because he was the Asian guy who got hired.
Yeah. It got put on him, so that sucks.
It was weird. I know. I started watching the show. I watch the show every week, and I watched the
crazy.
Show. Yeah.
That is very weird. I don't picture Big J watching that every week, but
Just on.
Also, by the way, funny of Shane to be like, well, that's nuts of you.
Why would you do that?
To watch when I'm not on.
Psycho.
But yeah, I mean, you know, and that doesn't make me like Bowen Yang anymore. I think he's funnier, but it does like there's a weird thing, and this is what the media does to you. It's like what we talk about all the time, and usually we talk about it in the other direction. But there is a thing where it's like people get in your head and they're like, "Hey, Bowen Yang is against Shane," and it just never happened. It's a fucking Mandela effect or something.
This was another thing. I tweeted out while I was watching. Is right at the end. You know how he's like, "Thanks for coming. Good night," and the credits roll and everyone hugs for some reason.
Yep.
Shane walks up to Bowen Yang. They're about to handshake, and it cuts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it cut away right as that was about to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. The one thing I will say is I do believe that was a big enough story that it should have been addressed in some way. Other than Shane saying, "Don't Google it." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to me, and now I think the way it worked out is again probably the best for Shane's career. Now he's on the other side of it. He's bigger, but there's some articles like, "Oh, he sucked," or "Oh, he was great." But other than that, you know, no harm, no foul, and now Tires, I think, will be a big success.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it worked out. He did the smart thing for his career, and you know, I didn't realize. You know, we've told the Norm story before. I had never heard this part. I heard it this week as people were talking about it, and maybe I had heard it and just forgot it. That Artie Lang is the one that told Norm. Like Norm was like, maybe I just go fucking scorched earth on this place. And Artie Lang, or Norm, because Norm wanted to leave. Remember we talked about that? Just leave after the monologue.
Yep.
And Artie Lang goes, "That's hilarious." Crazy that Artie Lang had this insight.
Yeah.
Artie Lang goes, "That's hilarious. You'll never work in show business again if you do that."
True.
And Norm was like, "Nah, all right." So, you know, there's a route that Shane could have taken where we would have loved it. You know, people on Reddit would be jerking their dicks off about it, but it probably wouldn't be the best for Shane's career. So I think he probably ultimately made the right choice. And I thought he was good. There was a lot of debate, like, was he funny? Was he not? I thought he was funny. Like, I didn't think it was the greatest thing I've ever seen him do. I didn't think it was the worst. I thought it was good. You know?
Yeah, I thought the HR bit was my favorite.
That felt very Shane. That was almost like if you have, you know, Donald Trump on back in the day, you have to do like a "you're fired" sketch.
Correct.
That felt like we need to do just a Shane sketch, you know?
Yeah, that one and the Forrest Gump one was funny. He was playing like a character like that too.
Yeah, that was funny. All the sketches seemed to like understand Shane's tone comedically, which I was actually impressed with that they gave a fuck enough to do that.
Right.
I will say, I sent a foolish text.
To Shane?
Yeah.
Oh god, here we go. I can't wait for this.
The contents of which I'm not embarrassed by.
Yeah.
I said, very cool to see you do this, man. Congrats. That's not that bad, right?
No.
Would you care to guess when I sent it?
1:05 a.m.
Like 11:50.
Before it was over?
Yeah. I was like, why did I do that? If he's looking at his phone, he's gonna be really annoyed.
I'm gonna guess it went unanswered.
And then the next day I heard him say that his phone was off and he just woke up to a million texts.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, am I an idiot?
You should have saved it for like yesterday.
Yeah. So it was not answered. Probably not read.
Probably not.
Which that in a way is kind of nice. He probably doesn't know I sent it, which is good.
He won't judge me. I'll just judge myself.
Congrats, man. Yeah. So congrats to Shane for Saturday Night Live.
Yes.